Hillary Clinton is using 9/11 to trash Republicans. Humpty Dumpty has a big new job teaching your children. And Democrat Karen Bass, who rails against your Second Amendment rights, just lost track of her own guns. But first, we are only 57 days away from this tipping point midterm election. The housing market is on the verge of collapse. Inflation is at a 40-plus year high. We have been in a recession for months and months and months. The southern border is in a state of chaos. Violent crime is spiking all over the country. Fentanyl deaths, they too are at an all-time high. So now with the midterms around the corner, Democrats want you to forget all about this. Instead, they want you to focus on only three main distractions. Here's their game plan for the next 57 days. They are attempting to divide the country on the basis of race and gender and age, etc. It's their usual playbook, their election year playbook, or election year lie, depending on how you want to characterize it. Republicans are racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic. They want dirty air, water. You know the routine. Second, Democrats want to gin up hysteria around abortion, and yet another lie. They will attempt to scare voters by claiming that abortion is illegal. That simply is not true. After the Dobbs ruling, abortion is still very much legal in the vast majority of states. And I have it on good authority that Republicans in the Senate will bring up a national abortion law sometime this week that would have a mandate of time of 15 weeks, which is what the Mississippi law called for. And that brings us to their third distraction. As we speak, Democrats are trying to dehumanize and vilify, quote, those evil, rascally MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump supporters in order to rally their base. According to Biden and other Democrats, half of America is now a threat to democracy simply because they now support or once supported Donald Trump. So instead of trying to fix the economy or dare talk about it, or the border, or the fentanyl or opioid crisis, or the crime crisis, Democrats have been wasting almost all of their time and billions of your tax dollars with one investigation after investigation into all things Donald Trump, and this has been going on now for years. First it was the Russia hoax, then it was Comey's Crossfire Hurricane, Mueller's witch hunt, the Emoluments Clause investigation from the House Oversight Committee, a House Ways and Means investigation into Trump's taxes, another House investigation into Trump's hotel lease, another House investigation into foreign gift disclosures, a D.C. probe into Trump's inauguration fundraising, another similar investigation from the Southern District of New York and the Eastern District of New York and from New Jersey's Attorney General, one impeachment investigation into a regular phone call with Ukraine, a second impeachment investigation into January 6th, yet another House committee investigation into January 6th. That is still ongoing with more hearings to come. And then there's the Southern District of New York's investigation into pardons, a DOJ probe into Trump's Political Action Committee, another House investigation into the Trump administration's security clearance process, other investigations into Trump's property valuations, and, of course, his social media, Truth Social, the Trump Foundation, as well as a variety of other tax investigations, and, of course, the National Archives investigation that led to the Mar-a-Lago raid. You got all that? We'll ask you at the end of the show if you remember. After all of this, Trump has not been charged with any crime whatsoever, and they're trying hard, but there's been nothing. That's because the partisan Democrats in charge of all of these witch hunts, they're not investigating crimes. They're investigating a person in a blatant attempt to smear, slander, destroy him and destroy his supporters. It's the old Soviet Union saying, show me the man, I'll find you a crime. Except they haven't actually found a crime yet, so I guess they'll make that up too. So do not take the bait. For the next 57 days, do not get distracted. Democrats, they'll call you semi-fascist. They're the ones who stopped your kids from going to school for 2 years. They're the ones who fired you if you refused a vaccine. They're the ones that blocked you from going to church during COVID. They're the ones who hired 87,000 new IRS agents to audit you and every small business in the country. They're the ones who caused inflation with record high spending. They're the ones who are blocking the production of oil, gas, and energy independence in this country. They're the ones who are emptying out our prisons. They're the ones that support defunding and dismantling police departments. They're the ones that want to end all cash bail and making all of our communities less safe. Republicans, on the other hand, are now offering a new contract with America. They're calling it Commitments to America. This will be out in the next 2 weeks. What they stand for, what their vision for the future of this country is: lower taxes, less bureaucracy, fewer regulations, energy independence, law and order so we can be safe and secure, border security, schools that actually teach reading, writing, math, science, history, and computers, and not CRT, and social justice and gender identity. Congressional Republicans are also vowing to conduct real oversight with investigations into the FDA, the CDC, the IRS, the DOJ, the FBI, and the entire Biden administration. This will reverse itself. Now, this election is about restoring sanity and common sense to government, a time when our president has lost touch with both of these realities, if he's even aware that today is Monday. Take a look.
It's frustrating. It's inconvenient, and it's bad for the environment, and there's simply no reason for it. This is the United States of America, for God's sake. This is who we are. This is not what we should be doing.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.